Hey guys, it's Riva and today is the big day. Obi-Wan is now officially in Battlefront 2 and you can go play as him right now with the Battle of Geonosis update. So in this video I'm going to break down his abilities, damage values and overall tips and tricks to get you started with the new hero. So before we get into the abilities, his block and deflection is really good. It's super accurate compared to Luke or Rey. So Obi-Wan can pretty much deflect all blasters back at someone, and he's also got a lot of blocking stamina, so he's able to be defensive and accurately defensive for quite a long time. Now in this patch the stamina circle has been flipped, so instead of building stamina you actually lose stamina, which in logic is how it should be working, but personally I'm not a fan. It's something that is just in the middle of your screen as soon as you block. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is across all heroes now. So Obi-Wan's standard lightsaber strike does 130 damage. But if you hit from behind, like we know with the other heroes, you do a extra 20. So 130 from the front and 150 from the back. So basically every lightsaber hero does 20 extra damage, except for General Grievous, who actually doubles that entirely. So General Grievous is still one of the biggest heroes pretty much to go up against. Heading into the abilities, first up is Defensive Rush. Obi-Wan runs forward blocking all frontal attacks. It's basically a combination of Han Solo's shoulder charge and Grievous's unrelenting advance. So how do you go about using this? Well, it can actually be cancelled at any time by striking your lightsaber. Just a normal attack, you know? However, the tip is that you can possibly get up to 300 damage with just this one ability. Because as you rush forwards, you start to block everything. And like I said, Obi-Wan is accurate and you can deal pretty good deflection damage. Also, anyone Obi-Wan passes through while doing this ability will take 150 damage, because despite deflecting stuff, it is still a rush ability, so anyone that comes into contact with you while you're doing it is going to get damaged. Now, when you pass through somebody, the final strike will also do another 130 damage. You kind of do this fancy overhead strike as you finish the ability that you will have to trigger yourself, but it is a really good tip to know. So you could get up to 300 damage if you manage to get all three of those factors right. So running towards someone, you can deflect everything that they're firing towards you. If you pass through the enemy, that will deal 150 damage, but if you end up with the strike, will do 130. His mind trick, now I think there's some confusion going on here, no pun intended, but it doesn't work the same as Rey's. Any enemy hit with it can still move normally, so walking forwards, you will still walk forwards. What the ability does is stop anyone using abilities or dodging. So if Obi-Wan was to mind trick Darth Vader, he would not be able to use any of his abilities for a while. Now don't worry, it is over pretty quick, but it's just one of those things to help Obi-Wan close the gap and get some damage in. Personally, I find it a bit underpowered. I'd rather give the ability maybe increase damage to whoever is mind tricked. Maybe 20 extra so you can one-shot each class. But yeah, basically what it does is stop abilities working, and the ability to combat roll or dodge, which is a very nice thing to know because you can actually close the gap on that enemy while they're defenseless. And finally, the all-out push. This ability is a skillful yet fun situational one. So you can use the force push normally straight away, but the idea is to charge it up. So if someone is close to you, you can just hit the ability and it will be a force push just like Luke. But holding down the ability button gives you more and more range the longer you hold it down. And I have some clips of the push reaching pretty insane distances, so it is pretty cool to do if you manage to charge it up. However, this ability is a complete trade-off. To charge the push that high, you need to stand still, and I don't think it can be activated mid-air, so you have to be grounded. So you're very vulnerable to damage while you're doing this. So while you're charging it up, you'll be rewarded with increased range, but you will be susceptible to damage coming at you while you're standing still. Thankfully, Obi-Wan has great health regeneration, but nevertheless, you will see the radius at which your push will reach as you charge it. And trust me, if you manage to hit one of these, it feels so rewarding. So now some overall tips I have. When you use Mind Trick, this can be your chance to get up close and deal that extra damage on the back, as they cannot dodge or use abilities while they're under the influence of this ability. That, or you could go with the defensive rush combination that I showed, that you can get up to 280 damage to a target who cannot defend themselves. As for the push, just keep in mind that you do not have to charge it. One of the things I realized was I was constantly charging the ability when people were close to me, and you don't have to do that. You can force push normally, but it won't reach very far. The idea is to push when someone is farther away from you, but you can still use the ability normally, and it will do the same amount of damage. So holding it down will only increase your range. You're also indicated where the force is charging and when it will be triggered. So it's not the best tip because you need to look down at the ability to actually see this going on, but it is there, so it kind of fills up the ability. Once it hits the top, then your force push will be triggered. Right now I think it's just under 2 seconds, about 1.7 seconds to actually charge the force push. So it is pretty quick, but in a game like Heroes vs Villains, it can feel like quite a while. So it's a very situational thing. Just force push someone who's farther away from you, but you can force push someone close to you, but not do as much range. And of course, the star cards. Obi-Wan has a health on kill star card, just a standard one. If he defeats a trooper or a hero, he'll gain health. And a health regeneration card similar to Grievous. Now at epic level, this card is really good. You can just see how much I'm able to regen in the gameplay. Unfortunately, I don't know what every card is that he has, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure out what the good ones are now that he's in the game, and you can all experience it for yourself. That's basically it for the video and Obi-Wan breakdown. So I hope you guys are ready to go and play and get some long kill streaks. If you're excited for more Geonosis gameplay and videos, check out the playlist in the card in the top right, where myself and other YouTubers are creating a big playlist of just great videos. Thanks to the amazing Patreons for the continued support, and check out the Riva Discord in the description. It's been Riva, and I'll see you in the next video.